welcome back to my office. We're filming here, so the next bunch of these will be here.
Staying at Holly's this time. No tripping. Today we have a question that actually came from somebody when I posted on Facebook. And hey, if you have any questions out there, please write them down. We'd love to answer your questions next batch, next time we film. I don't know where that will be, but we'd love to answer your questions. And this was from a fellow writer who has found herself kind of in a rut and is having trouble writing, which I can relate to. But she talked about finding time.
Yeah.
And I don't, as a writer, you know that words matter. And there is a difference between finding time, and making time.
Well, and I'm a proponent of making time. I have 4 kids. We have a super large family. We have older people we take care of and have since I started writing. And if I waited to find the time, I would never have written a book.
Mm-hmm.
So I made the time. When my kids were younger, I wrote a lot at night, and I am a morning person by nature, so that it was difficult for me, but that's when I could make the time to write. I refer to them as my vampire years. I did not enjoy them. Once the kids were bigger and like out of the house during the day, that's my natural place to be. I like writing in the mornings.
Yeah, me too. I am definitely by nature a morning person, and that's
right. But basically, I carved the time out of my day. I didn't wait to find it. I don't think you're ever gonna find it. But I do the same thing now. People say, like, how do you do the pottery on top of everything else? It's not like it magically just sprinkled fairy dust and there was a couple hours.
You don't have more than 24 hours in a day.
I keep trying. I've cut my sleep back as far as one can humanly cut back one's sleep. And
that's it.
Yeah. So finding time, I just don't think you're going to do it. You have to make it. And I tell people all the time, if they're trying to sort of guilt me into doing something during what I consider writing time, that my boss is that B word witch thing.
She's nasty.
And I am my boss. Many of them don't realize it, but she is. She's a hard taskmaster. I keep myself.
Right. And that's it. And again, now I sympathize with the person who asked this question, because since getting divorced and getting a full-time job and having to do all that stuff, I struggle. And and it's like every time you think you've found a solid routine, something shifts in your life, and now you're back to, okay, now I don't have a solid routine, but I know what will work for me, and I know that it is morning, and I know what it means is I've got to get out of bed at 5 a.m. and write until 7 a.m. 2 hours, in 2 hours, you can get a lot of writing done. And so for those of us who have a full-time job as well, that's kind of the thing. And if you can get 2 hours of writing, 2 hours of writing, not 2 hours of going on the internet, not 2 hours of, anything else.
And we talked before about, I think, giving yourself permission not to be perfect. We've talked about crap drafts, and that it is okay to write crap.
And it is okay also to say, okay, you know what, right now I'm taking a break from writing. That's okay too. You have to find what's working for you in your life right now.
And knowing that could change next week. I mean,
absolutely.
Truly, the family dynamics here at the house, it changes all the time, what people need from me, where I need to be. And I just sort of, writing has always been a blessing because I could work my job around my family, and my family is my priority. So understanding that makes it a little easier.
And I think that's part of it too as well. When I first started writing, it was my job, and I treated it that way. And I spent 8 hours in the chair basically writing each day because it was my job.
Right. And now you have a full-time job,
not,
so then it's finding time around that.
Things. So it's making time around that.
There you go.
Making time. Not finding.
Because
you don't find it. Finding it is like,
Susan's basically be replaying this one over and over again to herself.
This is going to be mounted on a screen over my computer and played over and over again. Yes. Make the time.
Make the time. There you go.
So if you have any tips, if you're a writer and you have tips though for how to get out of a slump, sometimes I think you just have to change things up. Change things up. Write something different. Write something that you have no intentions of publishing.
Write in
play.
public. I've been stuck before, and there is a certain amount of shame if you're just sitting staring at a computer screen. Take your laptop, go to a coffee house in a public venue, and try that, because then like people are looking at you, not do anything. And I
find
find
that would work for me. I don't like writing around other people. Their brainwaves interfere with my brainwaves.
I've written around 4 kids my entire writing life, so that part I can tune that all out. But there's just this like, I'm not doing anything. I bet people are noticing. I'm not doing anything. Maybe I should do something. It's a nice way to sort of guilt yourself into.
There you go. So try writing something different. Write a mystery instead. Write a short story. Write a flash fiction. Write something, like I say, write morning pages if you're a fan of that. And morning pages are just kind of journaling and just like gushing out all the stuff that is in you and then moving on. So, but if you are a writer and you have other tips for people who are stuck, put them down in the comments. Share your wisdom with everybody else.
All right. I think that's it.
We'll see you next time.